Hey Joe D, Smitty, this is Matthew Ennis. So going to be going through a couple of videos. I'm going to break it up into 2 or 3 videos just because I know YouTube can sometimes limit the time length. So in this video, we're going to do the supine breathing drill, bench press, deadlift, squat, and a mobility flow. This is my athlete Will, who's also one of the dojo coaches here. So we're going to start, just to let you know why we're doing this. So like I was telling you before, the average person doesn't breathe properly. And with that can come a lot of issues. Number one of the biggest being the posture, amongst other things, but posture is one of the biggest things I would say would be a good carryover to focus on first. So what this is going to do is not only help improve posture over time, this will also improve your performance, be able to help you breathe better in the ring, and improve your overall stamina just by itself, learning how to breathe more efficiently. So I'm going to have you lay down on your back. So what I want you to do is lie down, turn your arms over with your back of your hand on the ground so that way your shoulders get pinned back real easily. Bring your feet up like you're sitting in a sit-up position. There you go. So relax your head. Now, what I want you to do is take 3 big breaths, nice and slow, just so I can kind of see where your current breathing is. So the good news is you're not like the average person that breathes incorrectly. You are breathing through the diaphragm. Now we're just going to do some fine tuning just to make sure that we're keeping everything nice and flow. So what I'm going to have you do now, keep everything the same here. You're going to press your tongue onto the roof of your mouth, and you'll know you're doing it correctly if you feel your tongue touching both sides of your teeth. So if you feel it touching both sides, that's how you know your tongue's pressed correctly. So what I want you to do is you're going to take we're going to create what's called position. Position's important for any athletic position that we happen to get in because it's going to be the difference in a strong core being able to keep us in a very athletic position, or having our body just kind of contort itself while we're moving. So the more we can stay in a position, the stronger we are, the more efficiently we move. So what we like to say in coaching is that the first breath inhales and sets position. The second breath is going to exhale and set the brace, learning how to brace properly. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to take a big deep breath through your nose, and you're going to think about expanding my fingers. So you're trying to create what's called circumferential expansion, meaning you're not only trying to raise your stomach, you're trying to breathe into your entire core and make all of this expand. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. You'll breathe in through your nose with your tongue creating the seal, and you're going to try and expand your stomach out as much as you can. That's also going to cause your chest to come up at the end, and you're going to feel your shoulders kind of come back. So we're going to do that about 3 times, and then we'll go on to the next step. So go ahead and give me a big breath. Nice and slow. Come back out. Really focus on just trying to expand the entire stomach. Good. And one more. Cool. So now this time we're going to set the brace. So we're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to focus on creating that circumferential, I can never say that word, circumferential expansion. And then once you feel you get to the point, I want you to breathe in as much as possible. So you're going to expand here. You're going to finish with the chest coming out in your breath, and then your shoulders will end up setting back as a result. Once you get there, we're going to hold it for like half a second just to make sure we're there. And then what I'm going to have you do is exhale, but you're going to set the brace. So it's like you're pulling your stomach in and bracing your core as if I was about to punch you in the stomach and you're getting ready for it. Did I explain that okay? Mm-hmm. Cool. So big breath, expand, finish. Okay, hold it. Now, what I'm going to do is as you let this out, where's your ribs at? Right there. I'm going to be pushing down so that you'll be able to feel, if you do this correctly, the belly should stay soft. So it's real tense right now. Go ahead and breathe out. Relax the belly. There it is. You feel the difference there? Cool. We're going to go one more time. Big breath. Finish. And go. Good. So there, as he's breathing out, my fingers are able to separate, which means now he's learning how to efficiently breathe through. So now I'm going to have him set the brace one more time, just so we can attest to how tight he's got the brace. So one more time. Fingers expand, finish, finish, finish. Now, exhale and lock it in. Now brace. Nice and tight. Cool. So now hop up. So now what we're gonna move into next is going to be the barbell bench press. Ladies, y'all are good. This is for a coaching video I have to do for a certification. So I don't know if y'all need him for anything, but.
No, it's just we didn't want to like interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. When the legendary Joe DeFranco watches this, he might get a kick out of it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, should I
Bye.
cancel?
No, keep going. Keep it going. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, friend.
Oh, I don't like this rack. Oh, that's
Two
all we
G.
got, though.
It's a little high, right?
It is high, but it's okay. We'll fix it.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're gonna just use that bottom one?
That's what I was about to do, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so for the barbell bench press, what I'm gonna have you do is take a seat well. So the first thing that I'm gonna have you do, because a lot of people don't use their leg drive properly, so what I want you to do is go ahead and lay back. All right, hop up real quick just because I need to adjust the bench a little bit more. Yep, keep it going back. I want your eyes to be directly under the bar.
Okay.
So if your eyes are past or in front of the bar, there you go. So what you're gonna be doing here, and you're a little bit shorter, so you might have to bring your legs back, is we want to create a leg drive. So what that means is during the entire bench press, you want to get into a position where once we start to get into the leg, you can push pressure into it. So it's like you're trying to push into the ground. There you go. So if you were to push right now, nope. So it's like you're literally laying back and you're trying to actually push the ground in. So you're creating that tension. Feel how tight your legs are. And trust me, you'll know if you're doing this right because this is gonna stay tight and you might even cramp up in your hamstrings. So what I'm gonna have you do is place your thumb, no. Yes, grab around the rings on both sides. That's usually where we wanna start. But now I want you to place your thumb on it and now extend your hand out a thumb's length from the ring. That's usually for the average person where we wanna grip. So what I want you to do is go ahead and squeeze that bar. Your knuckles should be turning white because that's how much pressure you're applying. So go ahead and be squeezing it. Now, when you unrack it, just because this isn't our average bar, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just pull it straight down. We don't wanna come up, we wanna pull it straight out. And before you do that actually, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a lot of tension in our upper back. So I want you to think about it as if you're trying to pull your shoulder blades in, and that's gonna protect your shoulders as you're bench pressing. Same thing with the breathing before. We're gonna take that one big breath, set the brace, hold our breath there. Cool, so now we unrack it, pull straight out, boom, extend your arms, cool. So now, what I want you to do is you're squeezing that bar as hard as you can. Think about it as if you're trying to bend that bar and break it. So now you feel that tension and how it just engaged your lats. So now our lats are engaged. He's driving his feet into the floor. He's squeezing his glutes. Breath is braced. So now you're gonna bring it nice and slow. Think about pointing your elbows forward to your nipples. Bring it to your nipples. And now push away as hard as you can. But when you come up, we don't wanna round our shoulders up. We wanna keep them packed nice and tight. We're gonna do it one more time. Squeezing the bar, trying to bend it, pull it to your nipples, and as you come down, think about it as if you're trying to pull your chest to the bar. There you go. And now drive it away as hard as you can. One more time, squeeze the knuckles, point the elbows forward, pull your chest out, drive the legs, back up. Boom. Safely re-rack as if you're trying to take it through the bar. Boom. That is the barbell bench press. Now we're gonna go into the barbell squat. Now we can set this a little higher. This thing is so weird. Cool. So I'm gonna just throw a 25 on so you have some counterbalance for the weight. Think you can handle 25?
I hope so.
Okay, so for the barbell squat, first step we want to do is we want to definitely make sure we have a good setup going. So First thing I want you to do is as you approach the bar, I want you to grab the same thing. For most people, ideally is gonna be around the rings, but it's gonna also be what's comfortable for you, so reach out and grab around the rings. So now, same thing as before, like with the barbell bench press, you wanna go ahead and be squeezing that, because a lot of people fail to keep tension in their upper back when they're squatting, and you wanna create a shelf up here. So, what I'm gonna have you do is go ahead and get under it, and think about putting the bar not on this bony part of your neck right here, but more on your traps. There you go. So now, before you unrack, keep it there. Before you unrack, I want you to pull your shoulder blades back towards me as if you're squeezing a pin, and now pin them down as if you're trying to put them in your pocket. So you feel how tight everything is, and it's like you're almost pulling down on this. So now, when I tell you to go, you're gonna unrack the bar. Actually, we're gonna take that, we're gonna create the position again. So big breath.
Oh, from there, sorry.
Yep, no, you're fine. So back on your traps, big deep breath in, set the brace, and when I tell you to, you're gonna unrack. You're gonna take 1, 2 steps back and get into a comfortable position, okay? So take that breath in again. Set the brace, breathe in real hard, nice and strong in here. Set the brace, flex your abs, good. And unrack, 1, 2, cool. So now, what you're gonna do first, and you can breathe normally until I tell you to go. So whenever I tell you to squat, what you're gonna do is the first thing we're gonna do is hinge our hips. So we're gonna push our butt back, not extensively, because it's gonna cause us to go forward. We're gonna hinge our hips back. As we sit down, we're gonna think about it like we're sitting down into a chair. So we're gonna sit down. As we sit down, we're gonna push our knees out and try to open them as much as possible. So brace. Big breath in through your stomach. Nope, through your stomach. Breathe that in through your stomach. Breathe in through your stomach. There you go. Create the brace. Butt goes back. Push those knees out. Open the knees out. Now push the ground away from you and come back up. 1. We're going to do it one more time. Big breath in, big breath in. Create the brace. Big breath in. Hold that. Cool. Butt goes back. Open the knees, drive the ground away from you. Good. Now, when we re-rack it, we're gonna think about it as if we're trying to drive this bar through the rack. We're not just gonna try and pin one and then the other. We're just gonna drive the rack bar straight through. Boom, rack safely. That would be the barbell squat. Now, last things last, the barbell deadlift. I was about to say, if you move to the side position. So, for the setup for the barbell deadlift, I should have probably done this for the other two, but I'll demonstrate first and then show you. So what you're gonna do, usually a great way to determine how you should set up as far as your foot spacing is you jump up in the air, where your feet land, that's where you naturally should. So you'll jump, boom. So now when you step up, you wanna give the bar a little bit of space because you're gonna end up having to pull back on it to create that tension. So you wanna give it a little bit of space to go against your shins. So what we're gonna do, same thing as before, gonna breathe out, set that brace, flex it as if we're about to get punched in the stomach. We're gonna bend down, but when you bend down, I want you to pretend like there's a bar on your back, like you're squatting down. So we're gonna go double overhand. So you'll grab one side just outside your knees. You want pretty much your elbows touching on. So now we're here. I'm already pulling back, it's hitting my shin. I'm squeezing the bar, and just like the bench press, I'm trying to break the handle. So I'm breaking the handle, I'm pushing my knees out. I take one more breath, set the brace, and then I'm gonna pull back. You see how that bar already came up? That's because I have a lot of tension in here right now. The tension's all in my hips. So as I push the ground away from me, strong lockout, squeeze my glutes through, and then to safely set it down, same thing. Hinge your hips back, keep the bar close to you, down. Cool, so step by step, nice and slow, as you would say to us in the ring. So jump up, boom. So now step forward, cool. So you're gonna take that big breath in and Flex your stomach as if you're about to get punched in it, but breathe in through your stomach, not through your chest. Let go. Breathe in through here. There we go. Now flex it as if you're about to get punched in the stomach. Squat down as if you got a bar on your back. Cool. So now, let that breath go. Go ahead and be squeezing the bar. Pull it back towards your shins. Try to break the bar in half. Not yet. So, take that big breath in. Flex your core. And now, lean back. Sit back. There you go. Now, push the ground away. Stand up. Boom! Strong lockout, but no shrugging. Let your arms just hang there. Nice and slow down. We're going to repeat one more time. Stand up. You're going to reset up from the beginning. There you go. Cool. So, big breath in through the stomach. Put your hand on it if it helps you. There you go. Flex it. Reach down. Squat down like you got a bar on your back. There you go. Double overhand. So, we're going to let that breath go. Go ahead and be squeezing the bar. Pull it into our shins before we rock back. So now take that deep breath in, sit back into it, pull the bar back. Now push the ground away, don't shrug, boom. And now we're gonna sit it down nice and slow. Good job. So now, last thing is a mobility flow. A lot of people that I work with and that I've trained in the past have a lot of ankle mobility issues. So that I'm gonna have Will here go through a ankle mobility flow. So one of the things that I like to start with, just to really get the, if you'll take your shoes off for me, just to get the ankles nice and loose, as I start with the kettlebell on the ground, what Will's gonna do, and if you want to, yeah, never mind, take both of them off. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna prop his foot up on top of it. And what he's gonna try and do is keep this foot back here. He's gonna try and drive his knee as far forward as he can. Yep, put your foot on top. Now, just try to bend your knee and drive it as far forward as you can. Do you feel that? Keep your heel on the ground though. Do you feel that in here and in the back? Now hold that. So he would hold this as a static stretch for about 10 seconds. Then he's gonna stand straight up, put both feet side by side. Just because tight calves can be a big factor in ankle mobility, push your glutes forward. Do you feel that in your calf? Very deep stretch, right? Cool. So now it's going to be a flow from there into there. He would switch his feet. So now he's going to do the same thing. That one's going to go on top. He's going to push that knee forward. We're going to hold that for 10 seconds. He's going to stand straight up into the next one. Push his glutes forward. Now he's gonna feel, you can see it on his face, he feels it in his calf. We would hold that for 10 seconds. Now I'm gonna have him step back. This time what he's gonna do is take the kettlebell, hold it as if he's going in for a goblet squat. I'm gonna have him squat down, keep his elbows on his knees, and I'm gonna have him rock. Give me 2 sets of 10 back and forths. Rock and push the knee forward, rock and push the knee forward. He would rock back for a set of 10 reps, so 5 each side. So yep, hold it, squat down. Now the goal is to keep your heel on the ground, so you would lean over, push this knee, but don't let your heel come off the ground. Try to drive this knee as far forward above your foot as you can. Keep those heels down. 3, feel that? 4, 5, 5. And that would be my ankle mobility flow that I would use with somebody that may have some ankle issues or limitations. So today we've done the supine breathing drill, we've done barbell bench, barbell squat, barbell deadlift, and an ankle mobility flow. Everything else will be in the next video, Joe D.